All right, we're actually ready. Recording on both sides. Okay. All right. And now it's ready. All right. Hello. This is another episode of the Mender Threads podcast, episode 172. I'm here with returning guest, Atlanna 7. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. Thank you for
Crazy,
having me
man. Been 2 years, right?
Yeah, man.
Back when I was doing out the car with the phone.
Man,
now
nah,
you see
man.
Now you see where we're going.
You don't upgrade it. You don't upgrade it a little bit.
I did what I had to do, man.
And I'm proud of you, bro. Because seeing when you first came from your first time when I met you, from doing it outside your car, it's just the grind and staying focused. And that's what I really appreciate about you. And that's why I came back on the show, because I just love your drive and your focus on staying persistent.
Yeah, no, for real, man. You got to do something different every time. You know, first season, 50 episodes. Second season, 100 episodes. That was when you were in the second season. And now the third season, 50 live episodes. So, you know, it's just got to keep it consistent and everything. You see where I'm at and everything with the actual, that logo everywhere.
Man, I love it.
Gotta love it, man. But I'm liking like the songs that you've been putting out lately. It's like and everything, just to kind of re-up the people who haven't been listening for a while. I first met Atlanna Center back in 2022. We had a whole lot of discussions about like your life in Kansas, playing football, and just your life hopping from Fort Lauderdale to Georgia and then to Charlotte. And was there another space that you lived at for a little bit?
Kansas.
Kansas, Fort Lauderdale, and then Charlotte, right? Just those three places?
It was Florida, Georgia, Kansas, now here.
Now Charlotte. Okay, we're the fourth one. Okay, now just kind of I guess also that missing piece. Yeah, pretty much we had some discussions about negative energy, and it was a pretty deep discussion and everything. So it's just like hopping back, you know, just want to get a bit of an update on your life. Like, how's everything been for the past 2 years?
Man, everything's been great, man. I really can't complain. You know, there has been some ups and some downs, but that's part about life. You know, you have to understand what those dark times are to elevate through your light. You know, you need the dark to understand the light. That's
okay. And in regards to the past 2 years, what would you say is like some positives in terms of your experiences?
Some positives would be for me would just reaching out, having people reach out to me that I haven't even like seen before. It's like people in like foreign countries, like Arabia. Just like I got fans in China. It's just people just reaching out back and like, hey, I love your music. I'm like, oh, I didn't know music wasn't over there.
They think it was touching it, right?
You know? So that was that's just a very beautiful moment for me, because like going outside of your backyard to influence other people, besides in the U.S. is just remarkable to me.
Oh yeah, well I mean I'm not surprised. I mean listen to your music, like your music's pretty dope and everything. I know it's gonna go somewhere and everything, but you got to be going somewhere and everything. But usually that's like a weird thing about like this time frame right now, because I actually had a guest by the name of Chris Gear and everything here, and he's like a little bit older artist and everything. He just dropped a song called like Outlaw, and it's like a country hip hop song and everything. And he had people in Denmark listening, so it's just like and even with the podcast too, I'll be having people like in Europe and some people in South Africa, places I've even never touched, and it's just like
it's like, how is my music getting over there?
It's the algorithm,
man. So that's just remarkable to me. It's like I would love to one day go over there and just do a concert.
And the beautiful thing about it is like those are like some of you probably your first fans and everything. It's gonna be outside the country, so like when the whole world starts fucking with you, it's like, hey man, I don't want to be that guy, but I was fucking with Atlanna 7 first and everything. So it's just like I feel like it's just a wonderful thing when you think about it. It's just like like there's people outside even like your most familiar circle and everything that actually like appreciate your art and so on. And I understand you put a lot of effort and work in your art, from my understanding, correct?
A lot of work, and honestly, the first people to actually recognize my music in the U.S. was Texas and California. So shout out to Texas. Shout
That's
out to
dope.
California.
That's a good omen.
California is just like crazy.
California is always lit.
And I think it's just what my delivery is what they like the most in California.
Oh yeah, no, for real. And it's just like in Texas too. Like, is there a specific part of Texas or just general Texas?
Just like
Houston?
Houston.
Yeah.
It's always been Houston back to back.
That's great.
And they it was with me rocking with my first mixtape, and I was surprised Houston was messing with me when my first mixtape dropped. And like that was my first project when I kind of was like, kind of feeling it out, wanted to see if this is something I really wanted to do. I was going back and forth, but to have that type of momentum and just the numbers was just going up and up and up, and I'm like, dang, Texas really messing with me like that? Okay,
Yeah, I'm not surprised on that one either. Because Texas, one thing I like about Texas and everything is like one thing, they're their own thing. Like, you know, they don't let other people influence what they like at all. And another thing, so if they realize that they see something that they like and everything, they're gonna fuck with it regardless. And they're not gonna tell you like, okay, California fucks with it, I'm gonna fuck with it, or New York fucks with it, I'm gonna fuck with it, or you know, they're not dick riders, like in a sense. Like and that's the cool thing about it, because it's like, you know, I feel like a lot of people want to move to Texas, and I feel like a lot of it might be like the property taxes or something like that. Like the houses are huge for a lot
beautiful.
less.
Is this I'm sorry, people in Texas, for hearing me say this, but I can't deal with the traffic.
There's traffic in Texas, all that damn space.
It's not like traffic; it's like speeding. It's like me and Mrs. We went down there, man, and it was an eye opener for me. I think the speed limit was like 65 or 70 and something like that, and the cop pulled up behind us. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna go to jail. We're probably going too fast over the speed limit. The cop zoom passes us because I guess we're going too slow. You got a regular person coming right up behind the cop, literally on his bumper, zooming past the police. I'm like, yeah, this is not a place I need to be at if you got people getting mad at the police for going too slow. So I just thought that was crazy to me. So
they gotta get from it. There's a lot of space in between where they're going. They're gonna floor it, man.
Yeah, I know. And then Florida's a little bit different when it comes to the driving. Every state has their, you know, their thing when it comes to their driving.
And they all bring all the worst drivers to Charlotte. Like, oh my God.
I see that now. Like, Charlotte is becoming very, very overpopulated.
It's a good thing and a bad thing, kind of.
It's a good and bad. It's a good and bad.
Pros and cons of everything.
It is. So I'm not really gonna touch that subject too much.
Okay. So it's like you actually been traveling. From my understanding, you went to Texas and you went to California as well. You did some shows out there or something?
I have.
Oh, okay, cool. And tell me more about your experiences doing your shows out there in Texas and California and other places.
The shows out there was mostly just like I said, just the energy and the vibe of the whole situation. And I did the place where I love to do shows at the most would be Georgia.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, because you know Atlanta.
See it in there.
Yeah. So I love it there because it's just the energy, the vibe. You know, they help make me into the person that I am. But I also give credit to my hometown, Florida. I haven't done a show down in Florida yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Okay. I will. Whoever wants to book me. But I will mostly do a Florida show. But I said Georgia was just always giving me this like good energy, good vibes, and then different sounds, different just the way that they talk and dress. Like I said, it changed the person and the artist that I am.
Okay, well that's dope. So it's like any key differences in like how the crowds react to you or anything like that, you know, like in just the overall experience. Like maybe in Texas it's like they're like yeehaw, and it's like what in Georgia they just like throw a blunt on the stage or something like that.
Man, not the blunt. I think it's just it's all the same energy. It's all the same energy. It just depends on how your delivery is going to be when you're out there. You know, the crowd feeds off your energy. At the end of the day, if you giving dull energy out there, that's what you're going to get right back. You know, it's just the same way in life how we live. You know, you got to be careful on the type of energy that you give out, you know, especially towards people. You know, you're going to get that right back. You don't leave this earth without paying back your dues.
Yeah, that's actually a dope answer for real. Because, like, I'm thinking back to, like, the first thing I thought of when you said good energy, I thought about, like, DMX. Like, in Woodstock, 1999 and everything. And Woodstock is usually, like, a rock and roll or rock type, you know, like genre type, you know what I'm saying, type of festival. So like to see DMX kind of go out there, you know, DMX got that rugged type energy, like kind of similar to rock in a sense. So it's like, you know, when metalheads tell you all the time that that's their favorite rapper, I can already tell, okay, this guy probably likes metal then, because like, you know, all the emotion that DMX was getting, all those white folks were literally like just like saying all his rap lyrics word for word. And I know this was 1999. This is when he came out with 2 albums and everything. So it's just like, you know, it's understood. Like DMX was the top of the world at that time. So yeah,
he was, man. And another person who I can name who has great energy when he perform is I like Boosie.
Yeah, Boosie. I saw him in person.
You did?
Yeah, I work at Onyx as a security. He was there.
I would love to meet him. I would love to meet him, do a song with him.
He was really short. Like it was so
about
crazy.
yay tall, about
No,
like
like literally,
5
I'm
foot
looking at him like, wait, like I can dunk on him standing up. Like, what's going on right now? But he's still pretty dope though. He's still tipped and everything. It was still
energy,
surreal,
man. And just to see his crowd, man, is predominantly white, and just to have them go back and forth and sing every single word, lyric from lyric to lyric, and just get so hype and turned. It's just the energy he gives off. This is just amazing. Those are the people I love to see perform. Like people who have a lot of great energy.
Yeah, I like Boosie because I don't know. There's a certain sense of authenticity that comes to Boosie. Even like when there are people that don't agree with what he has to say or whatever, he always kept it like 100. Like he wasn't the type to just like fuck with somebody or say because somebody else fucking with somebody or anything like that. If he said something, like he meant it. If he went overboard, he'll apologize for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that recent incident with like him and his daughter. I think it went viral because his daughter's like obviously a lesbian and everything, and so like they just like her dropping her video in response to her father, and then he responded to her and everything. It was all authentic. So for that, I still keep respecting everything because there are two different generations. So, there's gonna be a rift regardless. But at least he was able to admit where he was wrong. I feel like people sleep on that a lot.
Yeah, people tend to sometimes offend people and their fans and not really apologize for how they really feel, or they give half-ass apologies.
Yeah, but I still feel like regardless if you agree with Boosie or not and everything, I feel like his type of energy is very much needed in this time and age. I feel like we live in a very inauthentic era where people, are like, ain't nothing wrong with having social justice or looking out for others, but I feel like people tend to broadcast it more than actually do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to give that outlook that they are like this open-minded whatever person, as opposed to like really doing the work and actually support this group. And it's just like, for people to come out of the head at Boosie for whatever his opinions are, it's like people have to keep in mind, it's like, dude, that's his life. He's seen life a certain type of way and everything. And like the more people acknowledge the experiences that other people go through and whether they see life and can at least come to peace with them seeing life a different way, I feel like that's the first step to world peace. I feel like that's what's holding us back. It's really just not accepting that people just see things different and just being like, okay, agree to disagree type and everything. So you never met Boosie before or ever?
I never met Boosie before. Never seen him in a concert.
Dang, really?
Never, man.
Wow.
I haven't been to many concerts except for my own.
That's actually good. Actually, save your money. Because after you're done, it's just like, okay, well, I guess I saw him.
It's like, well, I still want to see the main person I want to see before I pass and before anything else happens. I still want to see Lil Wayne in concert. A lot of people always say I haven't seen him. That's my favorite childhood hero. Growing up, he influenced me a lot. Growing up,
you got the locks to prove it.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna flex. Goddamn, like I got dreads. Half the reason why because Lil Wayne had dreads. I'm gonna keep it real. He was a big influencer in my life at that time of genre with Hot Boys. Him, Slim, Thugger, just the whole group. Changed my outlook, and it just like I think that's because I like the New Orleans type of style of music, and that's why I like Boosie. That's why I like Lil Wayne. That's
Master P.
The list goes on and on. Like I love New Orleans sound.
I like New Orleans too. I ain't been there, but I kind of like it. I don't know what about that area, but it's just something about their style. It's just like, okay, let me just show you.
I can't forget NBA.
NBA YoungBoy, yeah, of course.
That's
a lot, bro. Like, dude, they know how to turn out some hit makers too, bro.
They do, man. It's just.
And I feel so bad that I saw Wayne twice and I saw Boosie twice, one in person.
I haven't seen none of them.
Yeah,
the only one I saw, honestly, in concert, I saw 50 Cent in concert.
Yeah, I love seeing 50 Cent.
I saw my boy T-Pain in concert.
Yeah, T-Pain. That's where
concert is like.
I had to see him twice.
He gives off so much energy. His dancing is just like he's goofy. Like he's himself on stage, and that's what I love about T-Pain. He never changes. He stays the same 100%.
I saw T-Pain at Dreamville, and I see him at One Music Fest, bro. And it's just like in Atlanta and everything. And I was like, bro, he be having some of the best sets, bro. Like you don't even want to cross the other side.
It just be
bro.
so funny. It's like you got a comedian, and you got a a rapper, then you got a singer.
No, really, he does it all,
You
like
got it
right
all,
there,
you got
bro.
one whole package.
I wish I could have seen T.I. before he retired, bro. I feel like that was a huge. I feel like I missed out for real for that too. Wayne, I can't believe I've seen Wayne twice in my lifetime, but that was at Dreamville and that was at Roots Fest in Philadelphia. Me and my brother went one time. We saw him and everything, so that's twice there. And then it's just like Obusi. I saw him at One Music Fest, same one as T-Pain. And then I saw him at Onyx. I saw Waka Flocka Flame at Onyx.
You saw Waka perform?
Yeah, he didn't perform. I did see him perform at Dreamville. Yes, I did twice.
How was it?
Oh yeah, no, it was one of the biggest ones, bro. Because like all his songs are nostalgic, bro. 2010, you realize it feels like the 2010s were just like back like yesterday.
The best times,
but it was like it was a full decade ago, and people don't even realize until you look back. Like, wait, dang.
Best times, man. You had Rich Homie too. Rest in peace, Rich Homie.
Yeah, dude, they took him out, bro. What happened?
Man.
He's gone. Freaking Young Dolph is gone.
Young Dolph. It's just like the list goes on.
PNB
and on.
Rock. At a freaking he's at a Waffle House with a IHOP. It was IHOP that killed him out, right?
Waffle House.
Damn.
At a Waffle House. Damn. And it's just it's so many great artists now, man. It's like that passed away young too.
For nothing, bro. So how do you even watch your back nowadays, bro? Like, cause you can't even go to a freaking Waffle House no more, dude.
Man. It's like, and I think this is just a lot of hate, and honestly, you got a lot of just the generation is just changing more and more, and I think people are becoming more senseless towards death, and that's just me in my own opinion when it comes to the younger generation.
Honestly, yeah, I have to agree. Because like, in comparison to even the 90s, even the 2000s, I feel like there was a drop in the 2000s, though. Yeah, but that's just me. Is that me? Like, did it feel like there was less death in the 2000s?
It was less death. It was
in terms of like figures.
Early 2000s, it was more about come and fight me, and then we'll squash it. You know, the only time we had crazy moments like that was the whole Tupac and Biggie.
Really, and then after a while, everybody started shooting and killing again. Like X got killed, Pop Smoke got killed, and Juice WRLD. Well, he didn't got shot killed, but he still died early because drug issues and everything. And I feel like that's just way too much, though. We should be improving this over time, shouldn't we?
We should, but I think it's just like I said. It's just the movement on what's going on outside of music. It's what's really affecting the youth.
Yeah, but I had to say that too. And even at the same time, at this point, it's been like over 50 years of hip hop and everything, and like only like a few of artists actually own their own record company, as opposed to just like I don't mind distribution. Distribution ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's like it's just kind of strange how it's just like we don't have like more artists that own their own label. Like with Ice Cube, you had Lynch Mob. Okay, with Jay-Z, they had Rockefeller, and then turned the Rock Nation, and then with freaking. with Master P had No Limit and everything. Death Row Records closed. Bad Boy. Oh my gosh.
We ain't gonna talk about Bad Boy. We ain't gonna talk about Jay-Z. I said it.
So much stuff happened, man.
You don't like it.
Goodness, I don't even think I even brought up the Diddy situation. We ain't
gonna talk about that too much. If you want to, we can go on the topic of it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's just like I noticed it's just like we don't own a lot of like our stuff. Like in terms of like art. Like we end up selling our masters.
We do.
And it's not a good look, because it's just like, in terms of like building legacy, like I'd rather have like even like my children or grandchildren sell my masters when it's really, really worth something, like over generations, type stuff, and it's just like
the people I see, honestly, I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
The people who you should look at and study for owning their masters and becoming a part of becoming a part of the label, not just as an artist but as a partner, is Prince, Michael Jackson, what's his name?
Didn't XX Tentacion follow that direction too?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of his name. What's the other's name? Shot Megan Stallion foot or something like that.
Tory Lanez?
Yeah, Tory Lanez.
You forgot Tory Lanez.
My bad.
He's been in jail for a while.
He's been in jail for a minute, but this is I got a whole lot of stuff in my mind. But Tory Lanez, is this the list goes on? T-Pain, people just owning their masters and owning the label. It's still out there. Nappy Boy Records is still good.
Oh, Nappy Boy. Hey, who's on Nappy Boy again? I'm trying to think. My apologies.
I have to look it up, man. I don't really know too many people on Nappy Boy Records, but I know that his company is doing pretty good so far financially.
Hey, now I gotta go to Google.
Yeah.
Nappy Head Records. Nappy Head Records.
Nappy Boy.
Oh, Nappy Boy. Well, I say Nappy Head. Oh my gosh. He those shit. Nappy Boy Entertainment. Okay. Let's see who's on that. All right. Try to see. T-Pain, Nappy Boy, and Bato, Wisconsin. Okay, hold on. What's going on here? Why is it just for? Okay, that's a T-Pain, Nappy Boy, and Bato, Wisconsin. He didn't spell Wisconsin, or he said Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Comedian.
All right, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it, because like it's Tennessee, T-Pain is like Tennessee Pain, basically. Yeah, essentially. All right. Well, at least he still got the Nappy Boy thing going.
At least he still owns his own label. Yeah.
Still think it's pretty dope. Like literally, he made a top hat work with freaking dreads, and he's not the only person that was able to do something like that. Like what was it, Slash, like the guitarist?
Top hat with dreads.
Yeah, top hat with dreads. Who else?
You forgetting Future?
Oh,
you forgetting Future?
Did he wear top hat? That was before T-Pain or after T-Pain? After. So yeah, he definitely set that trend. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like before that, nobody else was doing it, but that T-Pain.
Yeah, just T-Pain.
Or maybe Slash, the guitarist, I think. But he didn't have no dreads. He just had a kinky head. He had a kinky head. Oh, man. But, yeah, man, it's just... I just love, like, T-Pain as a performer, though. Like, I know we spoke about it, but it's just, like, you don't realize how much of a chokehold he had in the early 2000s until you actually, like, go to his concerts.
This man had the radio on smash. You couldn't turn on the radio if I ain't hearing T-Pain
featured
in something.
And he would always win an award because he was always featured on somebody's song.
Always on somebody's song. I wonder if he ever did a versus.
I don't know. Who would he go up against? That's hard. Because ain't nobody can versus him because it's like he's in a lane of his own. Like maybe could Future do it? I can see Future doing it.
Future doing a versus with
T-Pain? Maybe not. Okay,
that's a different category.
Yeah,
not to downplay Future, but that's like the GOAT, man. It's like this man has been making Future's songs with other artists before Future was Future. Before Future thought about rapping. You know
that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to figure out who out from that time. Can we say Kanye West? Maybe Kanye West.
I feel the only person that could probably go up against T-Pain in the verses, this is me, my own opinion, would be Akon.
Yes. I don't know what. Like I'm just thinking about that fits perfectly. I'm thinking about that missing piece because like Akon has a significant fingerprint as well.
He found
Lady
T-Pain
Gaga.
Lady
Gaga, yeah.
But then Akon started beefing with T-Pain.
Damn, why were they beefing? I didn't know they beefed.
Yeah, man, they don't like each other.
Why?
It's just personal beef, man. He hired him on as just to write hooks and didn't want to give him his time to shine. Kind of like the same thing they did kind of towards Kanye West when Kanye West was trying to make his shine with Jay-Z and Dame Dash. You know, he had to do a lot of work just to prove himself, and that was the same situation that T-Pain was going through.
You know what? Yeah, but I could see why in Kanye West says so. I'm not saying trying to like justify it for like the other side because that's still a pretty shitty thing to do. But I can understand because in that time frame, we had yet to see an artist to kind of break through that mold of that gangster rap perspective, and he literally was whooping that gangster life perspective of hip hop as like with the whole Curtis versus like Graduation album sales and everything. So it's just stuff like that. I can understand it's just like trying to bring something unique is hard for people to want to invest in. Yeah. Just think how hard it was for Tyler the Creator. This is after Kanye West to where he is now.
Oh man, when I first heard Tyler the Creator, I thought it was weird, man.
Everybody thought it was weird.
Everybody was just like, but that's the part of that's music though. That's the thing about being yourself. Everybody's gonna think you being yourself is weird. If being myself is weird, then I'm okay with being weird.
Yeah, that's how hip hop lives though. Yeah. It's just like literally that's why the 90s were so dope because everybody had their own sound. And I mean Wu-Tang Clan had their own shit going on with the sound.
It took me a little while to get into Wu-Tang, just especially Old Dirty Bastard.
I loved Old Dirty Bastard.
It took me a while because he's animated. He's very goofy, kind of like Redman.
Yeah, and he didn't have like a father to his style. That was his own style. Like,
yeah.
it was like a weird rhythmatic, you know.
Yeah,
It was. I would say it was a
you know.
precursor to melodic in a little bit, a precursor, a slight precursor. When you think about it, but it's like, you know, but everybody, even in the Wu-Tang Clan, had their own sound. Like, yeah, sure, they had the whole Shaolin sound bits from the movies and everything, but everybody's voice was different. Everybody wasn't trying to hit the same pace. You know, Raekwon sounds completely different from Method Man.
Yeah.
Method Man sound completely different from You God. You God would sound different from like Inspector Deck, or you know from RZA and just and everything. Like, everybody had their own unique style in Wu-Tang, but even outside of that, everybody had their own unique style. Whether you're from New York, from the West Coast, or even like from the South, with Outkast coming out around the same time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, that's just. And do you feel like maybe like within this generation of rap, you feel like we're probably going that direction again? Like, maybe is everyone kind of adopting a new style, or do you feel like everybody still sounds the same, like a little bit saturated?
I feel, honestly, the drill music, man, is getting me. It's too much.
Too much?
I feel that we need to have more originality when it comes to the rap music. Just because, like, drill is the whole popular new thing now. Everybody and mama want to do drill. Drill.
To the point where every city has their own form of drill.
Yeah. And it's like, give me something different. Give me something new. And that's, like I said, the beautiful part about music is you just need that person to, you know, not afraid to be themselves and trying something outside the box.
That's why I kind of miss the blog era a little bit, like when it had like Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa, freaking Pro Era with Joey Badass Capital.
Had so many different genres, so many people being themselves. It wasn't about what's the hot newest thing to make a quick dollar off of. You know, people put in more feeling, more time into the craft. Not to say that artists is doing drill is
Not
you
doing
know
it, like,
not
no.
doing
But
it like
everybody's
that.
doing the same
Everybody's
thing.
doing the same thing.
So
like
it's just
switch
like-
it up a little tad little bit.
Or put your own flavor on it, you
It's
know,
something.
where it makes it like your sound is completely different for everybody else sound type stuff. But it's like, I can't hate on it, because it's just like, at the same time, I feel like it's kind of a reflection of just like, you know, the masses right now. You know, everybody's trying to like dress the same, to get the same stuff. You know, it's hard to see people that just like kind of want to do their own thing, even with how they dress too.
And if you look at all the biggest top artists, the household name artists, they're not doing drill.
Yeah, no. Like, and none of them are gangsters.
There's
like,
no drill.
Like Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick are even top
Gorilla,
3. Yeah, Glorilla.
Sweetie, Nicki Minaj,
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, yeah.
The list goes on and on. They're not doing drill.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not doing drill. It's because they're not afraid to be themselves and doing something out of the box. Now, the industries, they like to, you know, make their quick dollar. They, you know, they're like, hey, this is hot. You know, he has so many X, Y, and Z of followers, and he's buzzing in this area. But then to turn around, they last 2 years or they're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, drill music is out here really killing people. Like, they, you know, ain't no cabin and they rapping, like, real shit, you know. But it's like you catching cases, or you dying, or the career's cut short.
And it kind of bounces off our last conversation, like about like negative energy as a whole, because it's just like, you know, when you drag a whole lot of negative energy, you know, negative things happen. You know, like think about like, you know, with Biggie and Tupac, like beforehand they were just rapping about stuff like where I have about just having fun, like I get around or keep your head up, but then all that stuff happened to Tupac, from the rape accusation, which he still had to go to prison for. And then on top of that, trying to get out of prison, you know, and having no choice but to go link up with Death Row and everything. And then it's just like, you know, out of that negativity, from that moment when he had to go to jail, it just brought up a string of negativity after that, you know. And it took one moment to really change somebody. I don't want to say Tupac changed, but his energy changed. So where he was directing his focus on and everything. Had that never happened, had he not been in that situation where he's even near these people, bro, it's like, yeah, we'd have a different day in hip hop. I could see like Tupac and Big having their own labels for sure. They would not be under like Death Row and Bad Boy for sure. It would have been fell out probably before the decade ended.
Honestly, yeah.
You know, and then it's just like, you know, it's just, so now it's just this wake, you know, from that being left out, a lot of OGs, a lot of people that should be here to actually like, you know, help guide the newer generation. It just kind of reflects even like the black household as whole, you know, like they take the man out, no one's left to raise the children but the woman and everything, got to lean on welfare and stuff like that, the government, just for the kids to end up being taken back in by the government in some form, whether if it's child services or through the prison system and everything, or through death, or through insurance, you know, in some way, like, you know, they end up being just pawns. And, you know, I feel like you see that in hip hop too, like, you know, with these deals and everything, and then like, you know, they get the artist insured, and then they take out the artist, they get the insurance money. And then how many times does this happen? You know?
Yeah.
It's happening way too often.
It happens a lot. Every day still
Stay independent, y'all. Stay independent.
Yeah.
We better talk about them distribution deals. Like,
Yeah.
literally, build a good
but
fan
what
base.
you know what I mean? Just like I said, distribution deal would be like one of the best. Now, if you have to go label wise, try to. What I learned is, if you're going to go label, try to shorten the deal. You know, instead of having like, you know, they lock you in for X amount of Z amount of songs, and they want you for 10 years plus, ask them for a shorter span, maybe like 5 years.
Yeah, just test the water. See how they're going.
You know, I don't need that much money. I don't need a longer contract. You know, just give me 3, 4, 5 years tops. You know, and then we can part ways, because I'm pretty sure within those 3, 4 years you're going to see a lot of bullshit. It's going to be a lot of stuff that you're not going to like. But hey, it's in the back of your head. I only got 2 more issues left. Then I can jump off, and then, you know, you already had that fan base. You already got that label stamp.
That exposure, yeah, that helps.
So pretty much, you know,
Even though it's not necessary,
Nah,
like, really.
It's not.
But it helps.
It helps a lot. Kind of like you got your Nike, you got your Reeboks, you got your Fubu. Like, everybody has a brand. Everybody wants to be part of something. And just to be a part of that brand will, you know, bring you more exposure, because people really, honestly, half the days don't like to listen to artists unless they have a brand stamp on them.
Yeah,
You know,
that is true.
and that's the sad part about it, especially with upcoming artists and underground artists. You know, they just, people don't care about the
art part of
the
it.
art. They just care about what's affiliated with them, and that's the crazy part to me.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess to an extent that does have a whole lot of truth for a lot of people, but this is the difference. Like, for example, for Russ, like, this is back a couple years ago, like when I was working for PNC, like working, like, you know, parking the cars for concerts and everything, but they'll let you in and let you see a concert. I went to this Russ concert while I was working there just for a little bit of time and everything. And I was this is before I even got deep on Russ. Like, at first I was just randomly downloading artists I heard of. Oh, Russ, okay, let me download. Okay, you got some songs on DatPiff. Okay, I'll listen to it. Okay, pretty nice. Then I actually showed it to the concert. I'm like, damn, it's full as hell over here. Like, you didn't think about, you ain't never seen a Russ video beforehand. I ain't seen no Russ, nothing. And then when I went to the concert, I was like, okay, I got to look at more of his stuff and everything. But one thing I know about Russ is just, like, literally he built a fan base. He built, like, a group, like, you know, like a fan base that is loyal to him as an artist, that believe in him as an artist, that believe in his art. It's not about being satisfied by the art, but just in the sense that just like, okay, like, I grew up with this guy. I know this guy. I'm going to support this guy. And that's the same way I am with J. Cole. I've never missed a Dreamville Fest. Not once. I show up every year in hopes that one day maybe I'll be on stage one day. I have I know a guy in Charlotte, in the Liberian, because I'm Liberian and everything, in the Liberian community, Ruben Vincent. He like performed at the Dreamville Fest, and he's Liberian from Charlotte. So it's like when I see things like that, it's like, okay, it's just a step away. If I just apply myself, if I get back into the creative process, I'll get here. And you know, it's like once you keep that authenticity up and everything for your art, you know, that's what's going to have people stuck to you as the individual. You know what I mean? And that's what we see with J. Cole. That's what we see with Russ. Yes, sure, J. Cole had to go through New York and go to Rock Nation and everything. But at the same token, he had to bet on himself, and Russ had to bet on himself. And people have to bet on themselves in life in general, whatever they got to do. And sometimes these songs help them through those processes. So it's just like, a lot of these rappers might be popping now, but where will they be in 10 years? You see where Tyler, the Creator, is, 2010? Oh, he weird. How many Grammys he won now? It's just something to keep in mind, you know? So that's what keeps me up when I'm hitting the studio, or maybe if I don't have like a very successful studio session, I'm just like, let me just keep coming back. Let me just keep coming back and see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Developing that craft, man.
Just develop that craft. That's all you got to do. So it's just like, when you think about it, it's just like, how the world is and everything. I feel like we're going through a very transitional period because I feel like people aren't really relying on record deals anymore and everything. So it's just like, what's your stance on that?
With people not relying on record deals?
Yeah. Like, what do you feel like? Would you feel like would you in the future maybe rely on a record deal or maybe a form of distribution deal by any chance?
I'll go distribution than anything else. Record deal would be, like I said, if honestly, I'll take anything. Well, not anything, just as long as it would suit me and my career with my family. Is the only time I'll take a big time record label deal. It has to be. I have to own my masters or parts of it.
Hell yeah.
Because I don't want to leave this earth and then my kids and my kids' kids can't eat off my music and
But somebody else's kids eat off of it. Like, that's fucked up. Like,
you know what I mean? And like that's what the industry is doing. That's why most artists don't like to sign with big time record label deals because they know that at the end of the day, Joe Smo can take a sample of your music and then the next minute, boom, they making $20,000 off of your beat, and meanwhile you're getting pennies off the dime. It's not fair, especially all the hard work you put into it. God knows how long it took you to come up with a hook or come up with that verse or what transition in life you was going through with that type of beat in that type of moment. So
and
it's not really
getting then getting the motivation to actually complete the project or even the song. Like it's really taxing for people outside looking in because then you have to try again. You have to repeat it like over 100 times to see if it works. You got to change that line. This line don't work. Let me try a different line. Let me try something else and everything. You got to work on your breathing, and make sure that it matches the motion of the song, or you might have to redo the song all from the beginning again.
And that's why I feel like artists who are going to do samples of other artists' music, pay them homage and like give them half of them, damn money. At the end of the day, it shouldn't be about the money. It should be about just the craft and what you love to do. So if you're going to sample, give that artist half of that goddamn money. Because at the end of the day, you're going to make 10 times more.
Yeah, if you're actually making them. Or like maybe make it a SoundCloud exclusive, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to pay, if you're not in the tax bracket to pay it back, maybe put it like on SoundCloud, make it a SoundCloud so that way people can still listen to the music, get a sound for, just something that you put on the radio, something that you put like on Spotify, and then something you just put on SoundCloud, just like that people can just rediscover. It's like, oh yeah, I like this song better than like all the song. People just, I connected with J. Cole. Like, yeah, sure, I saw his music videos and everything, and then I got on to him on 2014 Forest Hill Drive. That's when I really, really got deeper into. But at the same time, what really, really drew me and connected me to him as an artist was like listening to his mixtapes, because that's when it was like his hungriest and everything.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
J. Cole or Kendrick?
I'm gonna have to go with J. Cole. That's just personally. I'm a Carolina boy. I'm sorry. It's just like he's too much. Like he kind of like, I love Kendrick too because I was still listening to like their songs at the same time. But I feel like I connect more with J. Cole because it's just like at the same time, like his music hits the soul. It's like, yeah, Kendrick can make you think about it, and it's like, his songs. He has some dope songs. Keep in mind, but it's like at the same token, it's just I just feel like more connected with J. Cole as an artist and what he was.
I feel it.
But that's just me, and like a lot of my writing style will reflect that. But even though like a lot of my writing style will reflect Lil Wayne too. Like I feel like when I was at my most creative writing, it was when Lil Wayne was out there because I was just like, because he had those double
punchlines and stuff.
His punchlines. I'm sorry, people who say he's not the GOAT are just hating, bro. Because like, dude, he comes up with shit that's like I can never come up with.
They tend to forget the old Wayne. This one now, the Wayne we have now, I still appreciate him. It's just it's not, I guess, I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing wrong about my favorite artist.
Of course
not. He needs to give me the Hot Boys Wayne.
Yeah, Hot Boys Wayne. But that's the thing. It's just about like this certain like, of course, like see back to Tyler the Creator. I know I brought him up a lot, but it's like like at the same time, like yeah, I do miss like certain sounds and everything. Like I like the Goblin era. I like the Bastard era. I love the Wolf era and everything. Wasn't too feeling about the cherry bomb era, but I understand the importance and everything. At the same token, it's just like as an artist, you know, I'm not gonna say it's impossible to go back, but to go back and reissue a certain sound, it's just I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's like even like you're a new person every day, you know, and your body just becomes completely different even 5 days. Your mindset, the way you think, it just changes over time. So the way you process things might be different as well. You know, like Lil Wayne and Hot Boy era or in the early Carter days.
That's when he was
you
hungry.
know.
That's when he first started out. Like that's like every artist.
And the sounds were different back then too, and your environment influences your art too. You know, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say just like, oh, like he shouldn't or whatever, but it's just like Lil Wayne is still solidified as a GOAT, and it's because of his willingness to change. That's what really solidified him as well. Him taking like the steps to do the stuff that he did with music, even though a lot of people might have hated on it and everything. Like, bro, that solidified him because you got to change with your art and you have to grow with your art. J. Cole from this, it might not sound the way J. Cole started when he was first coming out with the dang what was it called? I'm forgetting all my J. Cole mixtapes. Oh my god, I only remember the song like "Truly Yours" and everything, and the damn what was that dang? Oh, I'm forgetting all my J. Cole mixtape. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Damn. Hold on, let me think. Cause my mind is like foggy. You about to go to a 20-minute increment? All right, good. It's going to like a little 20-minute increment. It does that every 20 minutes. But it's just like even for like the early days from like the come up and everything with J. Cole and stuff of that nature, it's just like, yeah, the sounds, there's going to be some similarities and everything, but dude, you got to keep in mind like he's a father now, father of two, and he's completely out the way and everything compared to like from the early days. He has dreads now, doesn't have the cut, you know. It's just like your mind just changes and your personality is only going to morph as you mature. And the person that I am today is completely different from the person I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and so on. And although there might be some similarities and certain values and stuff, but what comes from the maturity and the things that you learn, it adds more values and everything, you know,
Okay, well,
stuff like that.
I peep you say that, but what you feel about Kanye?
About Kanye, I'm always be a fan of Kanye. Always. I know like him as an individual, I feel like once you start to separate him like from the art and everything, I appreciate his authenticity and everything. And although like, yeah, he does have some controversial things, you got to keep in mind dude was in a car accident. He even admitted himself it kind of induced a sense of autism as well. And on top of that, dude, his mother passed.
Autism.
Yeah, he said something about that because he got into a car accident. It gave him a little bit.
Autism.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But regardless and everything, you know, gotta admit that car accident and his mother passing away, bro, that deeply affected him.
I feel it.
Whether you want to give it an excuse or whatever at the same time, but you got to give it, it's all in God's hands. And like that was the path that otherwise we would have gotten, like after graduation, we would have gotten a good ass job and everything. So all we're left with is just the concept songs and everything.
I think I kind of took a little baby step back from Kanye the moment he did that one song with what's that young cat name?
Lil Pump?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew exactly what you're thinking about.
Yeah,
I'm a sick I know you remember the song "Father Stretch My Hands." It's like you'll bleach an asshole. I'm gonna look like an asshole.
So
it's like that beat was
like,
too good to be just walking around like that. But
yeah, it's just like that's Kanye for you. He always thinks outside the box.
That's
he always
the
does
left of
something
Kanye
different.
fan.
So it's like he just made it, and that shit sold millions of records and the streams. The streams was crazy with that little
the Lil Pump song or the Father Stretch My Hands song?
With the Pump song, because everybody was intrigued about what the hell is he doing.
Yeah,
it was not about the music at
He
that
does what
point.
he wants.
It was more like, why is he doing that? What is he saying?
damn.
And why is Lil Pump here?
Really, I mean, yeah, I ain't want you to bring dude up, but it's just like whatever.
It is what
like,
it is. I
what
said
it
it.
is.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
I mean, we don't know what goes on in the back scenes. Maybe he just wanted to just give dude a little brushing off. Or when he found Designer and all his Designer did drop was Panda.
Well, like
the
I
good
said,
music.
I think he was just at that time. Kanye was just pretty much he was hopping on artists that were popular and young and good, like
To help
like,
his
what's his name, YM something Melly.
YMB Melly? That was Melly?
Yeah.
YMW Melly?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Huh?
I know I listened to a couple of songs.
YNW Melly. He had a song with Kanye. This is at the time when he was getting ready to peak and just blow up. But
Yeah.
he had that case,
Yeah.
and that kind of shut things down because I think at that time he was getting ready to do a deal with was he doing a deal with Kanye?
I feel like it would work if he did.
I think it would have
Honestly,
been.
that would have
Great.
been a good fit
It would have been
because
great.
like their sounds, like he knows how to do melodic really really well. And Kanye once he did like the heart 808s and Heartbreak, like that. He introduced melo, what's that melodic. I'm sorry, I got tongue twisted. Yeah, but melodic themes to like that album as well and everything. But it's just like, I mean, I would be all for it. There, one thing I wish, like when Drake, when Drake was kind of biting off Tentacion's song, I mean, style with the whole "Look at Me" and everything on one of. I just listened to one of. I think it was on the More Life album. But it's like instead, if he would have just collaborated with XXS, and I could actually see XXS on OVO. Actually, if The Weeknd would have stayed on OVO, then XXS would be on OVO and everything. If Drake would have worked hard instead of trying to bite on people's side to just kind of put him on his label and kind of built him with it, I feel like he would be in a much better light right now. Could you? Because once he did a song with Look Alive with Block Boy JB, okay, if he would have put Block Boy JB, XXXTentacion, The Weeknd. And I know 21 Savage is already kind of signed to somebody else, but if he would have had like a 2 Chainz type situation with him, just like how 2 Chainz was on Good Music and everything, like that would have kind of built his label up even a lot better and everything. Like I feel like J. Cole's the only one who actually like, knows how to build his label like with decent artists and everything. Although like maybe not everybody's heard of them, but it's like they have good content with them and he's always working with them.
Jid is a good artist.
Jid, Boss, Ari Lennox.
He got a lot of hitters, man.
Because he works with them. You got to nurture your artists, bro. You got to give them the certain opportunity. You got to be able to recognize them as artists first instead of just like, meal tickets to bite off of.
Like some of them do. They just kind of just get that,
And that's what keeps his style fresh. So it's like, once the Fall Off drops, and the Fall Off is going to be like his last album and everything. It's going to be like, it's going to be a good send off and everything. I know people kind of feel some type of way for him kind of like backing out of the whole beef and everything. And I was out there at Dreamville Fest when he announced it. I was feeling some type of way too. I'm like, well, what? You just dropped the disc though. Like, you're taking it back? Don't take backsies. But I could understand because it's like, dude, you realize these people are getting close to 40 and everything like that. And it's just like, J. Cole didn't look bad out of that and everything. He didn't really get any of the strap metal from that anyway, even though he did drop a disc and everything, kind of took it back. And it kind of like people kind of side-eyed him for a bit.
Hey, come on now. If you wanted to get in it, you should have got in it. You gonna try to put your little 2 cents at the end.
But if he didn't feel right for his spirit, that was good for him to recognize it. Because it's like, people ignore negative stuff, like, then their spirit and everything. And then that's what leads to, like, disaster and everything. So it's just like, even from this beef, like, with Kendrick and Drake and so on, it's just with the pedophile stuff, which is like, I was kind of side-eyeing it, like, what do you mean he's a pedophile? And then I started looking deeper at, like, the Blackie Speaks. I don't know if you listen to Blackie Speaks on YouTube and everything. He be reviewing all types of hip-hop. But once I saw Blackie Speaks YouTube video, I'm like, oh, man, he's been texting some of these girls for a minute now. It's like, oh, wow, okay, he ain't beating these allegations at all then and everything. And it's just like, yeah, it was a little bit deep. Like, dude's been texting girls of a certain age, and I'm like, dude, you're of a certain...
minor.
Yeah, like, people is just like, it's just like, why are you building this type of relationship with them and everything? Like, it was just...
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood, man, as we can tell with the whole situation with Sean Diddy Combs.
Yeah, we're not even going to go back on that.
It's a whole lot of stuff that's going on, man, especially now.
Yeah, we're not here to be speaking about that, but let's just speak back for you, because I know, like, I've listening to your project, Unforgettable Volume 3 and everything, and I was pretty much listening through the whole album on the way here and everything. One of the songs I like was Hustle right after the A7 intro. Thuggin' was pretty cool, and then like Cloud 7 was dope too. Twerk Some was nice, but my personal favorite, I'm just gonna have to go back, to like a Hustle and everything.
Yeah,
it's just like just something in that name.
This the Hustle, just like, cause like at that time when I made that, it was just me going through a transition in life where I didn't know what and how I'm gonna do this whole music thing, and I just know I gotta put myself just focused and just grind and just get it out the muscle.
And in turn, would you describe that as being a sense of imposter syndrome, or was it just like, was it like a mixture of that, or were you just having doubts of where you were going?
I think I was. That's a good question.
Because everybody
I
goes
was-
through it.
I think I was honestly going through, the motions. I didn't really too much know where this music was going to take me and why I was making it. I think I was just doing it because I just love to do it, and whatever happens by me staying focused is going to happen.
And that's a good mindset to adopt. And even when you have thoughts like that, some people would just be like, like this hasn't been going on for me for a while. Like, why am I still doing this? Like, I dropped my first project back in 2021, and I'm just getting back into the process. I found a good studio. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Groundhouse Studios. You had to pay a monthly subscription of $200, and you get it unlimited, 24 hours. You can just go in whenever you feel like.
They have a
Yep.
person there to mix and master your.
Yep, you can get they have a list of engineers to work with. One guy I'm working with name is John Madger. He only charges me like $25 an hour.
Yeah, give me the information, man.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
That.
They've been going on for a while, and then they got 3 other studios there too and everything. So it's like now you're getting a tour here and now you're getting another link right there. But it's like, like one thing about it is like it kind of helps build a community while working with a lot of these people too. But it's just like, so if you have like a lot of things that you want to get out in a short amount of time, or maybe it's just like, it's good to link up with them as well, So it's like, but you got to be able to put in some work, because then that $200 is going in for nothing, So that's one thing I need to learn while I'm getting into and everything. Like, even though we have to balance life and trying to get inspiration, and then you're trying to get back in the motions and getting familiar and stuff like that. It's a process, There's always going to be ups and downs. You're always going to feel a sense of like demotiveness, like when you're going through the process, just like, why am I doing this for? But what really helps me personally is like every time I feel like I just want to let go of something, and want to let this rap is like, what am I trying to do it for? Like, I'm not marketable enough. But then I think back, it's just like, bro, what am I saying? Like, all these images that God is putting in my head, I'm denying them. And it's just like, I see it like, it's just like, dude, it's just like, you need to get off your horse and everything. I know I ain't those heavy Christians and everything gonna hit you in the head with a Bible or nothing. But it's like, from all the things that our people had to endure to this point and everything, and to just know that I could be able to go to school. I got a degree. I'm one of the few people in my family that has a degree and everything. And it's just like, why would I deny myself the satisfaction of proving the people wrong? Why would I even want to even just let that be like the end of the story? Like, okay, I was kind of good. I kind of had a promise, but I didn't follow through with it because I had doubts and everything. And then you think about all the people that made it anyway, people who barely even tried, but that kept pushing stuff out. And it's just like, you can't let your inner doubts like stop you or keep you from like giving you what God has promised you. Like one thing, that's how God speaks to you. Like, it's not like the whole like burning bush and voices thing. Like, yeah, sure, like, yeah, that happened in the Bible. But in this day and age and everything, God speaks to you through projecting images through your mind, things that you heart desires and everything. And He only shows you the end game when you actually read this. So like when I see that crowd and everything, and I just see like you be just just shouting in that microphone and everything. Even though I've yet to even perform, bro, it's just like I still have to believe that that's what He has set for me. I just have to put the work in to make it happen.
As long as you can see that image, man, it's going to happen. Because,
it's gonna happen.
What I believe in on how this universe works with the great creator is that He places the image in our minds.
Yeah.
But the moment that, you're not going to know what's going to happen in between that dash mark.
Of course.
If I was to tell you that you're going to be a successful artist or successful business person or whatever the case may be, and I tell you that you're going to lose friends, family, whoever, loved ones, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
You probably won't do it. If I were to tell you you can get $25 million right now, but I ain't gonna lie to you, mama may not talk to you. Your homeboy may say, hey, he fake. You might lose a lot of close personal friends and relatives. You might get a little isolated because that's when the craft is about to happen. That's when the present's about to come once you're becoming that isolated. And you're becoming at this point where it's like, why me?
Yeah.
And what's going on. So you have to get shucking up a little bit. And like I said, like you can't just, like I said, he can't show you the full thing because because you won't do it. You know,
and even at the same token, you got to fall in love with the process because look how many people got it. You don't even know they fell in love with the process. Some of them just want the clout. It became a game of clout. And like now it's just we have all these people out there. So there's yin and there's yang. There's positive and there's negative energy. There has to be something that balances out. And in comes, let's just say, an influx of artists. Hey, from a town named Charlotte that maybe not too many people have heard about, and next thing you know, all it takes is that next threshold. Yeah, the baby was doing this thing and everything, but it's time for us to really do our thing, really do our due diligence to make our mark as well. Right. You got to keep it going. Like hip hop is like a huge quilt, and we're all just kind of patching in our own stories into it. You know, that's just kind of how I see it. So it's just like, you know, and it's okay to have doubt. You know, it's okay to just feel a sense of doubt. That's what comes with being human and everything. But that's also a reflection that you're actually, you know, you're mindful about the process. Because if you didn't care, you would just pull bullshit out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
And regardless if it's going to get a whole lot of rotation in the algorithm, you'll find a way to get there and everything. And it's just like, you know, now we're in a time where people are already listening to your songs in a different country.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, just keep it going.
And if you tell me that my first time making music, that people in different countries listen to my music, I'll be like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you got to keep on going with it, man. Like, just keep on going with it.
If you told me like freaking 6 years ago that I was going to be doing a podcast and meeting all types of people from all types of walks of life, all types of artists.
I don't believe that. You know, I'm not going to be in no building doing that.
But it takes a step, and it's just like you would probably be taken aback from it. But
and
it's just like
look back at it from then to now. Look at the process. Look at the things that happened, and we all know when I talk about the things that happened to lead you to this point that you're at now. I'm pretty sure you had some heartache coming here.
Of course.
Now, if you were to tell yourself that before that you're going to have this heartache to be where you're sitting at now, like I said to you earlier, you wouldn't do it.
I don't know what kind of person I was back then. I'm so grown from. I don't know. I don't recognize him no more. So you're probably right on that one. But it's just like, you know. But it's all in the grind and everything. Big positive to where I am at right now from where I was 2 years ago. It's just like, you know, I didn't stop betting on myself. That's one thing. You know, like I bought this and that before I even started like doing live episodes. It was like months before.
It was the energy you put out there. It's all about the vision and energy that you put out to get everything else manifested around it.
Yeah, to realize
it. If you want a new Mercedes Benz, motherfucker, go out there and get you a goddamn Mercedes Benz floor mat.
Yeah, and I found this studio because I met a guy by the name of Adrian Ice who was doing a 24-hour Mouth and Out podcast episode. But you could definitely reach out to him for sure. I had him on the podcast, so if you want to do some more interviews and everything. And it's just like, you know, like we know about the same people. So it's like Charlotte is slowly becoming this extended universe of people that know people. So it's like when we look back at this like 10 years from now and everything, they do documentaries like, oh yeah, I was on this podcast. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Oh yeah, this guy went to high school with that guy. I went to college with that guy. It's like we all are building this familiarity, and that's where it's going to start building a wave on that as well, too. Yeah, I know people like Bambazilla doing this thing in Atlanta right now. He just left to go to Atlanta and everything. We know Trey Rose, who I've spoken to you about, who knows all of us and everything. And then you could be able to network with other artists as well. You know, if you want to bring people on features and everything, or you want to hop on their song, you know, that's I feel like that's the next direction we all need to start going into in 2025. And I feel like doing stuff like this, it opens that window and opens that door. Yeah, we only got a couple minutes left and everything. We gotta be able to end this strong and so on. So it's just like in terms of just like where you're at right now and everything, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years from now, honestly, I'm focusing on the present. Because my present is going to shape my 5 years.
That's true.
So right now, I'm enjoying making music. I'm enjoying life. And then, yeah.
Yes, you're definitely enjoying life. And you always send me like a song. And what was the name of the song that you sent me? You want to say it?
Which one?
The one they sent an email, Shake.
Oh, yeah, Shake. Shake is a good club banger, man, especially for, those girls out there. You with your homegirl, you want to turn up one time for the one time, like definitely, this is a song to go to.
Yeah, definitely a song for the turn up.
It's a definitely.
Every artist got to have a turn up song. Just a little turn up song.
It's a club banger.
and everything. Yeah, I definitely appreciated that. Listening to that song and everything on the way here, on top of like on top of your project, Unforgettable and everything. So it's like in the title for Unforgettable, that's pretty much like that's what you aspire to be. You aspire to be unforgettable yourself.
Yeah. That's how that's how I see my music is unforgettable, and that's why I named it Unforgettable because I don't want you to ever forget me.
Yes, most definitely. And you're definitely going to achieve that for sure and everything, just your energy and just where you're going. I just want to tell you, like, even from my personal opinion, I'm proud of where you are and I'm proud of where you're going and everything. You're going to do amazing things. And I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure that you get with the right people as well. We're a very dope community and everything, between like people I know like Solus and Trey Rhodes and Haydex, who I've had on the podcast as well, Sam DeNovo. I know a lot of people that you would like to meet and everything. That would pretty much serve as well. Definitely can get that situated through Trey. If that's it for the Mental Threads podcast, I want to be able to thank you and everything for hopping on. Thank you for your time. I got to see you on another episode for sure. We got to keep it going for sure.
And I'll bring another artist out here with me. His name is well, I actually did a song with him. His name is Energy.
Energy. Okay.
Yeah. He's a R&B singer.
Is he in Charlotte?
Voice. Yeah.
Okay, tell you what, maybe I can get him on another episode before the end of this season. Then I will get you both on the next season. We can probably do something like that. Most definitely. Okay. Now we got a plan. Now he's putting me on. I'm putting him on.
You're gonna like that.
That's
it. Man. His style kind of reminds me of a little bit of Trey Songz, Little Tank, mostly like a strong Tank, like the voice, the delivery.
Yeah, we definitely need some more R&B singers in Charlotte.
Man, we need some R&B.
We need some R&B. All right, that's it for the Mental Threads podcast. Right. If that's the case, I want to say thank you very much. We're sewing in and we're sewing out. Check out the song, Shake. That's what we're closing out with this episode with and everything. Coming soon. Just a little quip. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Man, I ain't gonna flex. Man, I saw this old badass bitch in the club the other day, right? So nigga had to get behind it, you feel me? But look. Long story short, you feel me? She started throwing that thing left and right. Whoa. You feel me? Nigga almost lost his goddamn foot in on that bitch, you feel me? I love it. Count up! I love the way she walk and pop it, that bitch mean. She got me guessing, hoping whistles in the jeans. She super thick and she juicy, I'm a fiend. I love the way she walk and pop it, that bitch mean. I love the way she walk and pop it, that bitch mean. She got me guessing, hoping whistles in the jeans. She super thick and she juicy, I'm a fiend. I love the way she walk and pop it, that bitch mean. I love the way that bitch there pop, I know that pussy killer. Bitch spin it over, smack that ass, I wanna see some shake. I'm in the club, I'm throwing hundreds, bitch, you don't see no 50s. I'm off that Zen, I'm off that perk, bitch, I'm acting wild. I got no liquor in my system, ho, I need a blunt. I'm blowing Zaza, I don't need no aqua, bitch, this give me hand. That water whipping, diamond dripping, shit, that what I'm into. She throwing ass, I make that smack, that bitch there turn too fast. She super freaky, how I like them, dang this bitch possessive. Keep throwing ass and pat that pussy, let me see you work. I dick her down like Patrick Swayze, watch how I get ghost. But pillow talking about that ass and bitch keep throwing ass. I love the way she walk and pop it, that bitch mean. She got me guessing, hoping whistles in the jeans. She super thick and she just